Hey comic book fans, this is a special edition of the Comic Fix. I wanted to go in depth with a good book called The Walking Dead. I got the compendium edition where I got the first 48 issues all for $60. Or actually I got it for $30 online, and it's such a great deal. So I thought we would go in depth looking into this series. I mean, I'm really excited. I only watched season 1 of the show, and after season 1 I was just like, I need to read the comic, because if the comic's anything like the show, I don't want everything to be spoiled. I'd rather read it in its original form than on the show. So, let's dive right into it. So we see here, we meet Rick, and Rick is in a big old firefight, and everything is just going to hell, and Rick gets shot. You think that's the end of Rick? Well, it's not. Rick wakes up. And when he wakes up, he doesn't know where he's at. What's going on? Why is he in the hospital? And what is going on? And I just love the silence in this thing, just of him just trying to figure out what's going on. Why isn't anybody there? And it's just so cool to see. And then you see your first zombie. And could you imagine what that would be like to open the elevator and bam, there's a zombie. So I just love that he's calling for help for the zombie, even though there's nobody around. And you just feel the loneliness that Rick is going through right now. And just the confusion. And then to see this beautiful splash page is just so gorgeous to see. You see some of the zombies in there just sitting around doing nothing, and that will actually be coming into play pretty soon. And it's just such good, freaking good artwork. Just love everything, single thing about this artist. This artist, I know it's only going to be on for about, I would say, 6 issues, the first 6, and then another artist will come on and he'll be doing all the rest. And it's just so cool to see his reaction. I mean, that's how I would react. I'd be just like, what the hell is going on around here? And you just see this mass confusion of him just trying to survive and not knowing what the hell are these people doing. And you see the snap of the neck right there, and it's just like, oh, ouch. Some good stuff. And then him using his belt to lock the door so not the zombies cannot get in there. Now, this is the point where I just looked at this hospital and was like, how long has Rick been out? If you look on there, all the grass is just so overgrown. There's no leaves on the trees. There's nothing. It's just like, whoa. It definitely does seem like a traditional zombie book at this point. And then he's still going around. He's seeing all this just hell. And how long has he been out? Because look at that grass. I'm pretty sure that grass wasn't like that before. And then this is one of my favorite parts, and one of my favorite parts in the show. It's where you meet this zombie right here, and it's just like, this is when he first knows shit's gone just sour. And just looking at his reaction, I just love how much emotion is put into the face. It's just such good stuff. And then to see in the eyes, it's just, wow. Powerful stuff. Just great stuff. And you see why it has such a great start and how it's going to turn into such a big old phenomenon. And Robert Kirkman is definitely, you could tell, trying to do this like a pilot of a TV show. And just to see all the reaction of Rick and just his human emotions involved in it, it's just beautiful stuff. And then you see him go into his home, and man, how long has he been out? Because look at that. I'm pretty sure that Rick would not let his whole house or his lawn get that bad. And just seeing him go into his house and just noticing that his family's not there. You just feel for him. I mean, he has seen nothing. And then, bam! He is hit in the head. So there are people left alive. And I love this one. And the boys call out, Dad, I got one! I just think that's so funny. The dad's like, oh shit, son, you that was a human being. And I just love his reactions, be like, what the hell just happened to me? And it's so cool. So with this black family right here, basically they have come into this household looking to just survive, and it's just so cool. And I love Rick's reaction, being like, hey, I know that, you know, everything's going to hell, and yeah, this is okay, but once the family or everything comes back to normal, you're going to have to give this household back to the family. And it's just so cool. I mean, you get some explanation about what's going on, that the zombie outbreak just happened, and just seeing everyone's reaction, and especially for this guy right here, finding out that Rick doesn't know what's going on. It flabbergasts him. And then Rick gets the great idea. He's like, I'm a cop. We're going to go get some guns. And it's just so cool just to see how humane Rick is and how much he's going to change through the series. Artwork is just beautiful as can be. And this is some point that I really enjoyed, is that you actually see a smile on Rick's face. And trust me, throughout the series, that's going to be probably one of the last times you're actually going to see a real smile on his face. And just see him talking about his family, how he's going to go to Atlantic City to go and find his family, because he knows that his wife has a mother or a sister over there, and that everything is going to be happening in Atlantic City. And then that's when this guy right here tells Rick that the army has basically a safe place over in Atlantic City. They're basically holding down the fort over there. And so Rick thinks he got a chance to see his family again. Now, will he or won't he? And I love this part. He gives the black family a car and everything. And you're just seeing the humane in Rick. Just some good stuff, and it's going to be some good character changes that are going to be happening. And then you see another zombie, and this is when you learn zombies just alone are not that much of a threat. They're basically, as if they get into a huge group, that's when they become a threat. And I like that these zombies are walking zombies. These zombies are not the Dawn of the Dead where they run. So, some good stuff. He even has a time, as you can tell, to lock the door before the zombie gets to him. Some good stuff here. I really enjoyed just everything about this first issue. Just seeing him driving off and then basically killing or putting the mercy on to this one zombie who just can't do anything. And you just see the tears in his eyes, just knowing that everything has changed. So that's it for this video. Next, will Rick ever be able to get to Atlantic City and find his family? Well, you just have to stay tuned next time. So this is Dave from the Comic Fix. I'll see you guys on another edition of The Walking Dead.